We're going to take a look at a couple things, including our month-by-month breakdown here. But first, I want to talk about the recurving typhoons and show you what kind of impact that will have on our location here, which is hard to say. This is looking at the entire globe on a flat surface, and also look at the Madden-Julian oscillation as it stands currently. But right now, here is North America right here. Central America goes down like this. Here's Florida, just to give you an idea of where we are here. This is Japan right here. This is all of Asia and all the Asian islands here, sitting up here like this. Now there is a strong storm right here. If you have a typhoon that is moving in this direction, generally towards Japan, what it can do is actually recurve, and that's what Mike talked about in the discussion. If it does recurve and it's powerful enough when it recurves up in this direction here, this will actually help to buckle the jet stream. Okay. And if you're buckling the jet stream like this as this recurves, you get a big ridge out here in the Pacific, which allow for some colder weather to seep down here from the northern latitudes because of this recurvature. So that's what we're talking about when we have the recurving typhoons. We dealt with this a lot last year in 2014, and that's why we saw some stretches where it was still in the 70s in mid to late July and even into August. Hopefully that's not the case again this year, because you know, we really were below normal last year, and we're kind of siding against that just based on some of the factors Mike talked about in the outlook. Also, the Arctic Oscillation, we were talking about the Arctic Oscillation in 1957 in our comparative year that matches up pretty well in the analogs. It was below normal a lot because we had the Arctic Oscillation, which your cold air source from your cold air source from the polar regions, negative, which allowed for some cooler air to settle over here. That is not the case this year, at least not so far. But we did allow for, with the QBO rising, the quasi-biennial oscillation is currently rising quite rapidly, actually. So going with history, we have to at least allow for at least getting close to neutral instead of very positive like it is right now. So with that being said, we did go with a near average August as a result. Let's give you a breakdown of month by month. And start off with July 2015. We still kept the theme of above normal. We remember May, we were way above normal, and we were talking about 4 to 5 degrees Celsius above normal, which is one of the hottest on records for May. So far in June, not disappointing either. We're actually above normal in most locations across our coverage area here again, although not insanely above normal like we were in May, but we're still above normal nonetheless. We're expecting the month of July to start off that way as well. Actually, the whole month to average above normal. Still normal back here in the central PA mountains and up in northeast PA, but as you get into our eastern sections, Delaware, New Jersey, eastern Pennsylvania, extreme eastern Pennsylvania, we're still looking at slightly above normal temperatures. Now this is in Celsius, remember, so it's not 1 or 2 degrees above normal, what's considered average. And it's also relative to the time of year we're talking about. So if we're talking about July temperatures, and normal high is say 85 or 86 around this time frame, and you're sitting about +1, +2, you're talking about temperatures that are going to be more typical of 88, 90, 92. For average over the course of the month. That doesn't mean every single day in the month is going to be at that temperature, but it will average at the end of the day when, or the end of the month when everything's all said and done. We'll average +1 to +2 Celsius above normal. As we get into August, again, we went with the QBO rising and some climatological factors in here to give August a near normal temperature regime. We think that we stick it's still pretty close to August normal, so again, you're still pretty hot. What you would expect from a normal August. This would be the only thing we can see throwing a monkey wrench in this, of course, would be the recurving typhoons like we talked about. If that does occur, this will put a monkey wrench in the entire forecast like it did for us last summer. And going into September, we keep with the warm theme. Matter of fact, we warm up a little bit more above what temperatures are expected to be for that time of year. Keep in mind, you get into Labor Day, middle of September, you can still get temperatures that are in the upper 80s to your 90s, so you can still stay very warm. And I think this year is a year for extended pool weather as we head into September. So all in all, we're looking at an above normal summer for temperatures. Precipitation, we're looking at slightly below normal temperatures for July and August, and I think once we get back to September, we will get back to near normal averages for the month of September. And a lot of what we're getting now, we're not really too far below normal. We alleviated some of the drought concerns, but a lot of these are thunderstorms. A lot of it runs off, keep in mind. So we're not talking about the ground absorbing much of that. When you have, it's great you have an inch of rain, but if it falls in a half hour to 45 minutes over with a heavy thunderstorm, you're really not absorbing too much of that in the ground. So keep that in mind when you're looking at these numbers as far as being near normal or below normal or above normal precipitation. Right now we're expecting, in a general outlook for precipitation for July, August, we're looking at slightly below normal precipitation, near normal as we get back to September. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your summer outlook from EPAWA.